Hello everyone, this is Sensei Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3. Well, it wound up taking me the better part of 10 minutes to finish looting all the bodies and shifting inventory around to accommodate all of the loot that we picked up off of the Dead Gift Yankee in this place, but just to give you some idea of what we got. Well, I actually shifted the most impressive of it, but we do have these gauntlets that grant you the ability to cast telekinesis and Mage Hand as a bonus action in combat. Some psionic ward armor. That keepsake ring we got in the basement earlier.
Attention.
Let's see, got a key for Karluk. Inroads by arms dealer Gortash. Yeah, some illicit news about stuff Gortash has been up to. A couple ordinary rings, some Gift Yankee greatswords, Gift Yankee half-plate, quite a bit of half-plate, in fact so much that I've had to send some of it back to the hideout. The Circle of Psionic Revenge, whenever you succeed on a saving throw, the enemy that caused the throw takes psychic damage as well. Also gives bonuses in Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma to Gift Yankee. Not useful to us, but going to be worth a fair bit to sell off. I gave some of this to Will as well. Have him carrying all of the excess half-plate. I think that's it as far as the gear goes. But not much else of note here, apart from this book that I hadn't read yet about the Shield of Salvum. Thanks to Gortash's Steel Watchers, it's becoming more and more difficult to have eyes on what's going on in the city. Hear me out, what if we make a play to reclaim the Shield of Sylvum? If it can keep the beholder at bay, surely we can do something to get around those damn scrying eyes. And it's weird, I just saw something zoomed in about a heavy chest that it looks like is not empty. Not that heavy chest. I'm pretty sure I cleared that one out.
Don't burn yourself.
There's also this ledger
Well,
of
that's it.
Waterdeep debts. And some wine and wine goblets, but we're overburdened enough without having to pick up every little bit of wine swag. Anyway,
That's curious.
well, I wish I knew exactly what she was saying is curious, because we were supposed to be trying to find some kind of secret passage at the statue.
That might be worth a look.
Okay, so there's something else that's curious here. Beyond that button we found the second time.
Can't give up now. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
My own now. Thank you for bringing me back. Look around. You'll find some of my things still intact. Perhaps even useful to you.
Alright. Well, a scroll of gaseous form. That could be useful.
need of meals like that.
Can that milk possibly still be good? Oh, it is, somehow. A backpack with nothing in it. A pile of sacks with a spoiled treacle tart. Burlap sack with more rotten food in it. A wooden trunk with nothing in it. Thin and weak, this milk smells and tastes of a barn, but still good. Incense bowl, rotten fish. And yeah, a hatchway leading into what I believe will be the sewers of Baldur's Gate, but we're not going to go in there yet because, spoiler, I played ahead, and going into the sewers right now is going to sequence break some stuff, and we don't want to head down there yet. We've got enough to do up top.
An old container for brains. Empty. Shame. It would have been nice to find one to sustain it.
Yeah, notice the chain and the
The
cage.
chains I used to bind my meals. Villains and lawbreakers. You see, I tried to exercise morality where I could.
Okay, some weapons racks.
Something over there.
My old sword. My first purchase as an adventurer. No use to me anymore. It's yours, if you want it.
Okay, so let's see what I got here. And I apparently automatically equipped it, Sword of the Emperor. 1d10, or 1d8 plus 1 slashing. Shapeshifter Slayer. This weapon deals an additional 1d4 against shapeshifters or polymorph creatures. The wielder has a +2 bonus to saving throws against spells. And beyond that, it's just a +2 sword. Not bad. Make sure I do still have the Swordmaster gloves. Which I like having my AC at 18, but could be handy if I feel the need to start getting into a sword fight.
That might be worth a look.
Nothing in the desk, but apparently I noticed the butter fork.
My cutlery set. A gift from my mother. The butter knife is missing, but otherwise it looks to be complete. I don't need it anymore, but the memory stirs something in me still.
I see there's Stelmane's portrait.
There she is, in all her glory. Jubelin Stelmane, my old partner.
Let's see, among the rows of books, Scroll of Phantasmal Killer and Notes on Mind Flayer Anatomy. I think we've read this one before. It says, from research, mind flayers must consume the brains of humanoids in order to stay alive. This said the act of devouring a human brain results in a state of euphoria and contributes to the thin glaze of mucus that coats a mind flayer's skin. Some researchers go so far as to claim it's possible to deduce how recently a mind flayer fed, and indeed the health of its victim, from the viscosity of that mucus. Little is known about what a mind flayer's brain contains. Some have argued that skulls are filled with eggs that will later become the tadpoles with which they enthrall their victims, or propose that the brain is in fact a cluster of pure cerebral nerves. Since mind flayers procreate by tadpoling humanoids, they have no needs of genitals, but I've been unable to verify this in the absence of any written record. Yeah, it's something that, curiously enough, the mind flayers themselves are not willing to aid in. the research of. And very few are willing to study Mind Flayer
My old
reproduction.
hometown, the home of all my disguises. We are what we appear to be, and so appearances matter.
So yeah, no repair gloves. Charm or frighten a creature and gain a +1 d4 to attack rolls and saving throws. Also +1 to strength. And cerebral citadel armor makes you immune to being frightened if the wearer is infested by a Mind Flayer tadpole. They gain +1 to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. It is heavy armor, so largely useless to most of my party.
What's that?
Oh, I just noticed the wardrobe that I raided.
A keepsake from my final voyage. Pinched in a moment of sentimentality.
And Flesh to Stone, which I think we already have among Gale's collection of spells, but
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
and just have Shadowheart backtrack through all this because she's got the best wisdom and perception out of the whole party right now.
Never a dull moment.
Yeah, just gonna fob the rest of that off on Will.
Well, in it.
Alright, well, that is everything of use inside the Emperor's hideout, apart from the discreet entrance into the sewer. So let us head back and claim the reward for freeing the basement of rats. Which is what we came down here to do in the first place, you might recall. And then you might not. It has been 2 episodes, and we kind of got a wee bit distracted from all that.
Quiet now. We don't want Chef.
And there's the laziest cat in Baldur's Gate, which is saying a lot.
What's cooking? Time for a natter.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the servant ape. Hello again.
No time to rest.
You kill the rats, yes? I heard commotion in the cellar. Good. Perfect. Here, you take this. And do not worry. Chef Revere's eyes will be kept most peeled for murderous knaves. Start the sturge fricassee.
So we got 318 gold, and he's taking our warning a bit more seriously.
Chef Revere has been staying most vigilant since your warning, yes. Only murders in this kitchen will be of the rat kind.
Chef Revere is pompously speaking of himself in the 3rd person.
I don't care what Revere says. A turner and a spatula aren't the same thing. Some chef.
Alright, well,
Light on my feet.
having settled that issue, let us return to the inn proper and see if we can find that inspector we were sent here to find.
Drink up, Lars. We're celebrating. If you won't drink with me, I bet this stranger will. Right, stranger?
What are you celebrating?
I'm Clovia Throaks. Pleased to meet you. Our son Gaspar has finally found himself a proper job.
Aye, security at the Steel Watch Foundry. But I still wish he'd taken up the family business.
Now, Lars, you know Gasper never had the patience for all the stitching a tailor has to do.
A tailor? That's good, honest work.
Sewing rabbit skin cloaks. Well, that's all right for some, I guess, but not for our Gasper.
No, our Gasper preferred hanging around the guild hall. I was afraid he was going to end up as a guild bone breaker.
Good thing I introduced him to darling Tamia Host. She straightened Gasper out. Found him a place in the foundry.
Serious? I'd promote him from rat catcher, full partner.
No, Lars, I've been trying to tell you something all night. I'm leaving you. I'm starting a new life with Tamia. I'm going to sell the business. And the money we used to start it was mine in the first place. I'm afraid that's it. For throats, for cloaks. Oh, dear. The bottle's empty. Let's have another and talk about it.
I think I need to take a walk. In a minute.
Well, that was awkward.
How do you address an Archduke? Your Excellent? Gortash, Archduke of Baldur's Gate. I hear he's moved into the penthouse at Worm's Rock. That place must cost a fortune. Per diem?
A new Archduke? Fancy. Never had one of them before.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is.
Business going well?
With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder we'd had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self?
Tell me about the murder.
Going to make this place famous, I reckon. Victim is a bloody duke. Boleyn Stelmane. Well, she was a duke. Now she's just bloody. I reckon I'll be able to charge double for that room once the constable's done with it. Murders and ghosts are always grand for business. At least, I hope. It's been slim picking since the Absolute butchered that supply convoy. But have a look.
Yeah, I wouldn't call all of that slim pickings, but good place for me to unload all that wine that I just got rid of. Or it would be if I could find where I had stuck in my inventory. Well, heck, we'll go with that. Actually, yes, I'm going to buy up all the booze in the tavern. Just to get rid of this one suit of armor. And still not enough.
Fill your bins, mate.
And that's probably going to overburden me on... Yep. But thankfully... Oh, and now I find it all, but I've got it sorted by what did I pick up most recently. But luckily, this is all easily sent back to camp. And boom, no longer burdened and 1,000 gold richer.
Roger Gherkin.
As far as I'm concerned, Lord Gortash gets the benefit of the doubt. Until he does something obviously wrong, he's got my support. We can't afford to be squabbling with the Absolute crawling up our asses.
I've been thinking about it. No, I feel bad about all them refugees, but we just can't let them flood into the city. We'd be overwhelmed. In fact, that's probably the Absolute Army's plan.
Just between us, I don't believe everything I hear from Archduke Gortash. He's entirely too slick to be trustworthy.
Very perceptive woman.
If it were up to me, I'd replace all the flaming fists with steel watchers. At least the big teapots don't make lewd suggestions when you pass by. They smell better too.
Yeah, given the flaming fist, I think I'd prefer the steel watch too if I didn't know what they really were.
You talk about the honor of your order, but what about my honor? I made a deal.
Stog, if you want to join the Vigilant Knights, you have to quit beating people up.
So down, you two. People are trying to drink here. What's this about?
My sister Gerva has talked me into joining her Holy Helm Order, but I got a job to finish first.
Breaking the knees of debtors for the guild isn't honest work, and you know it. That's why you're giving it up.
But I already took the money for it from Uktar, so I gotta follow through. It's like an oath or something. And I know you understand oaths, Gerva.
What am I going to tell the Vigilant Knights, Doug? That you're knee-breaking for goodness?
Hey, you can do that. And then, if he wants to order an Order of Helm, sounds to me stuck is to give it knee-breaking effective immediately. You've been paid for the task is to follow through on it. Tell you what, Stug, give me the money you paid for the job and you're off the hook.
Helmsgaze, you sound like a guild lawyer. You must think I'm pretty dumb. And maybe I am. Because I'm going back to return Uktar's money. Don't wait up, Gerva. Might take me a while to crawl back home with 2 busted knees.
City's got a noise in there.
I don't suppose we can follow him to the guild.
Still here, stranger? Me too.
Just one more.
Well, there's somebody in glowing armor. Dame Gizarm.
From one warrior to another, I must say, it's just embarrassing the way the Flaming Fist lets this murderer go around killing people and getting away with it.
The Fists are only good for handling rights. Investigation isn't their strong suit.
You don't need subtlety to sort these matters out, just persistence. That's what I told Commander Portier, anyway.
What did the Fist Commander have to say to that?
Commander Portier says she already has some investigators she trusts. Soft-talking namby-pambies, I'd wager. When they fail, and they will, count on it,
She knows where to find Dame Gizarm. Then, it'll be my turn.
Yes, a soft-talking whatever she said. I resent that.
I sure wouldn't want to be one of the flaming fists. They got the shittiest job in town. Believe me, I know something about knocking heads together.
Yeah, from the look of it, I'd say so.
Hello, old friend. Oh, so I assume I used to know everybody around town, but now I'm a new man.
A new man? Who were you when you were an old man?
A worried man, a playwright who lost the will to write. Now I worry no more. Can't write a word? What does it matter?
Archduke? Lord Gortash is a trifle young for that, don't you think? Not that anyone cares what you think, or me for that matter.
That puffed up parvenu, Gortash, an archduke. However did they find a crown big enough for his head?
There's a lewd joke waiting to be made there, but I won't make it.
Are you funny enough to cause a laugh riot? Come on in and challenge the house comedian.
Oh, I think I just might be able to manage that. Okay, well, that appears to be everybody in the main inn room. What the heck? I think we can face that challenge.
Snappy dresser, that Willoughby. Though he should lose the monocle.
Get ready. I hear this guy is really good. My buddy Roanoke almost pissed himself laughing.
This dwarf in the audience matches the description of that serial killer. He bears watching.
What in the hell's are you staring at? I got spinach in my teeth.
No, nice double it, that's all. Red, it's nice.
Isn't it? Got it at Carmen's, if you must know. Now, button it, I want to hear this guy.
Look away. Act like you don't know me. Come on, be a pal.
But I don't think I do know her.
I am hopeful that we shall be thoroughly entertained. I hear this fellow is monstrously droll.
Welcome to the Elfsong Tavern. No, wait. That's backwards. Anyway, my dad tells the jokes here. Sometimes they're funny.
I get the feeling before I do this, with that serial killer, a potential serial killer in the room, maybe I should talk to the inspector first. Which I wonder... Are they back here? Oh no, just a storeroom. A quite easily raidable storeroom from the look of it. Well, I guess the inspector... Hello. There's somebody we haven't spoken to.
Welcome, traveller. Remember, this ain't the Blushing Mermaid, it's the Elfsong. So behave yourself.
I guess you must be the tavern's hired muscle.
That's right. And a lonely job it is too. When you're the muscle, no one thinks about your heart.
Maybe you should change jobs. Can you sing? A tavern always needs bards.
Very funny. Go on inside. We're looking for comedians.
Aww. And what's with this mob out back?
I wouldn't give you anything I wouldn't eat myself. It's not much, but handing out leftovers is the least I can do with the absolute almost upon us.
Aww.
My tummy hurts. I'm really hungry.
Well, it looks like I don't have the option of giving them any of my food.
I used to be able to pay to eat at this tavern. Now look at me, begging for scraps at the back door.
Next time.
This one's got a heart of gold. I don't know what we'd do without him.
Oh, sorry. I'm just waiting for some food. Then I'll get out of your way.
Well, I'll bet the inspector is behind these two guards blocking the way up, which means I'm going to have to fast talk my way up there.
Civvy, turn back. This is an active crime scene.
Hold on, Thornhill. I'm tired of standing here. Developer's been up there for ages. Some diversion would be welcome.
And I guess your lawyer told me you speak with Constable Devella.
Constable Devella said she wasn't to be...
Investigator Valeria outranks her. As you were, Civvy. Fair warning, though. She's in a foul mood.
Wow, that was way easier than I thought it would be. But we are past the half-hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and save here.
If this was brewed with my barley.
We will stop this chapter, and next time we will pick up with speaking with the inspector. But thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined, and we'll continue the adventure from here next time. Take care until then.